The FHA 203K loan gets a lot of criticism for being either too complicated or too hard to do. So the question is the FHA 203K loan worth it? Today I'm gonna let you know my experience and how you can know for sure if this is the right loan for you. I'm Matt Percaro, the founder of the 203K Way, a community that specializes in helping new investors capitalize on the 203K and other renovation loans to really launch their investing careers into orbit. Now, if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're contemplating if the 203K is worth it for you. Well, is it? The short answer, in my biased opinion, is yes. If you have your ducks in a row, this could be one of the most attainable ways to 10x your down payment and really boost your net worth on the very first property or next property that you buy to live in. But as I said before, you need to make sure to have the right steps in place. I was able to turn my $9,500 down payment into $130,000 in just 8 months, leveraging the 203K loan. And to be honest, there was definitely a ton of roadblocks and things in the way that slowed me down. The lender had no idea how it worked, contractors really didn't understand the paperwork process, and it was pretty stressful. But since then, I've learned how to streamline the process and have helped hundreds of others do the same. So, how do you know if this will work for you? Well, the first thing to ask yourself is, what's your goal? One of the first things I ask people looking to do this is, are you looking to buy a single family or a multifamily property? Where the 203K really shines is on multifamily properties. The 203K loan, just like the FHA, allows you to buy up to 4-unit properties. Now, if you're into something like house hacking or living for free, this is obviously a huge plus point of the 203K loan. What it also allows you to do is to find fixer-uppers of these types of properties and not only gain equity by doing a live-in flip and gaining equity when you renovate the property, but it also allows you to cash flow and live for free and then some. Now, if you're looking to do single family, there's actually a couple other loan products out there that a really good renovation lender will direct you to. Loans like the Home Style or the Choice Renovation Loan, they're different conventional loan products for this style. Still a very low down payment, only 3% down, but they're a little less paperwork intensive. And in a lot of cases, if your credit is good, is probably gonna be the better route to go. Another question to ask yourself is, are you looking to create equity or are you just looking to, live for free? If you're looking to live for free, I would definitely look at the 203K loan because it allows you to not only purchase a multifamily property, again, it allows you to purchase one that is distressed. And that's a great way to build in value, not only to build equity, but also to do something like a BRRRR strategy. The BRRRR strategy is essentially buying, renovating, renting, and then refinancing out of the deal. This is a really common way to get started in real estate investing, but generally speaking, it requires a lot of upfront capital. When you do the live-in flip strategy the way I talk about it, what you're able to do is basically do the same strategy, but only putting down 3.5% down with the FHA 203K loan, and then building that equity that you could then take that equity and go repeat the process. It's a really powerful loan when you start looking at getting renters in, starting to get cash flow, building equity that way, and that's also gonna just put icing on the cake to an already really awesome loan product. The second thing to ask yourself is, are you willing to put in the work? The reality of the 203K loan, guys, is that it does take work. Now, I always say, if your boss told you that you gotta go live somewhere else for a year and you are gonna get a $100,000 bonus at the end of that year and an extra $2,000 a month in cash flow, but you just during that year need to work on this project and do this project for me over the next 6 to 12 months. Would you take that deal? Now, anybody that says no to that obviously doesn't understand wealth or value or just hates money. The reality is that if you're looking to really capitalize on this loan product, you have to be willing to put in the work. The beauty of the 203K, in my opinion, is that it's real estate's best kept secret. Because it gets so many mixed signals from other professionals in the industry, it actually makes it a lot more attractive for the people that do want to take the time to understand the steps. When I did this loan product, I really didn't know much about it, but I saw the opportunity there because I looked at it through the eyes of an investor. I had been trying to get into real estate investing for years, but the problem was I couldn't find a strategy that worked for me in my situation and how much money I had available. A lot of other products, they needed 20% down or 25% down, working with hard money lenders. This was something that I was able to do in the beginning of my real estate investing career, and I saw how quickly I could build equity that I now use to go buy more deals. So if you understand the process, or you're willing to understand the process, it's going to be one of the best decisions you can make for your financial future. Nothing worth doing is easy. You have to understand that when getting into real estate investing. It's either this or another strategy that's going to be, in my opinion, a lot harder. I call this loan flipping a house with training wheels on. It's great because you have a lot of these regulations and things in place, not really to hurt you, but to help you. The reason that banks put these guidelines in place and require a 203K HUD consultant on board, they make sure that your contractor is licensed, bonded, and insured and experienced. They make you create a whole scope of work. They create a draw schedule for doing the renovation. They do this stuff to protect you, protect them, and protect everyone else in the transaction, including the contractor. It's really just a great way to get your experience going while also building a ton of equity. The third point I want to make is, if this is just something that you feel like you want to do, first off, smash the like button to let me know. And second, you have to follow these 3 key points. Number 1, you need to get an experienced lender that has done multiple 203K projects and they're very familiar with the renovation loan process. Number 2, you need to make sure that your 203K consultant is another person that is very experienced with this process and didn't just add 203K consultant to their resume to just help get more money. You want to make sure that not only have they done this, but they understand the process, they know how to create scopes of work, and that they're going to be able to help you through the process. Third, you need to hire the best contractor you can afford. Contractors aren't the easiest things to find, but as a real estate investor and someone that's been in construction for years, it's always going to be a thing that you're always going to be building a list for. You're always going to be looking for new contractors. You're going to have a good contractor for a little while, and then eventually they're going to shit the bed on you. You want to make sure that you're sourcing contractors and going for different locations for all of these. Looking for contractors on Yelp, Angie's List, Home Advisor, making a post on your Facebook and asking people what contractors they've had good relationships with. Ask your coworkers, ask your friends. Use all these different resources to you and create a list of contractors before you get into the deal so you have a list to call on when the time comes. Building a great team is going to be the best ways to have a foundation on this, and knowing the process and how to expedite it is really going to help you make this a lot less daunting of a task than people make it out to be. So overall, to know if the 203K loan is good for you, you have to know, number 1, what's your goal? You looking to buy a single family, a multifamily property? Are you looking to build equity and really just set yourself up for building wealth for the long term on your next property? Number 2, are you looking to put in the work? Are you willing to put in the elbow grease to secure your financial future and really set yourself on to bigger and better things with real estate investing, or maybe using that equity to go build your other businesses that you have? Third, you have to put the focus, and are you willing to put the focus in building the right team? If you're willing to put the focus in building the right team, this can become a much easier process than what other people make it out to be. If this is something that you want to do, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I have tons of videos to help you with this process, how I streamline the 203K to really make it effortless and make sure that you are capitalizing and leveraging every good part of this loan product.